I got one more in me. Spoilers for One Piece up to Egghead, kind of. Let me explain this as a person who genuinely loves Naruto and One Piece. And this is a semi-response and stream of consciousness in one video. So go watch Royce's video, it's very well made, and it's inspired this one. See, a lot of people seemingly have spent years downplaying One Piece and treating it as if it were negligible in the power scaling conversation. This is not true. You guys have gone through some sort of group psychosis. Walk with me. Let's start with Arlong. Physically strong enough to throw buildings. He catches live cannonballs fired from ships in his mouth. A supernatural freak. Luffy mangles him. Kicks straight through a multi-level building and levels it on the way down to his spine. Now pause for a moment. When in Naruto do we approach a villain with this type of strength? I'm talking Arlong Park feats. My first thought, Orochimaru, or transformed Gaara. Neither of these guys is eating a cannonball, their heads would explode. If you really wanted to see these guys box, I'm talking real grabs, Max Holloway point at the ground and go punch for punch. And Arlong punch is killing Naruto mid-tiers. This is important because Luffy in the East Blue absolutely dog walks Arlong, washes him. Looks like a monster by comparison. He is breaking steel with his grip strength. Dory and Bragi, Little Garden. Look me in my eyes and tell me they can't hang with Gamabunta. You're telling me they can't do this to Kurama, to any tailed beast? Alabasta, Crocodile, probably the first villain Luffy actually struggles against. And Luffy fighting with no haki, just pure physicals. The kid had bloody knuckles and a dream. Luffy finally beats him by punching him 1,000 times from beneath bedrock and exploding onto the surface. Not just enough force to break through multiple layers of bedrock, but enough momentum to keep him flying up into the sky. This move that was used to beat Crocodile. Tell me with a straight face that that has no shot of killing every villain up to like Itachi if it connects. People talk about early One Piece like it was Weenie Hut Jr. Just watch the show for yourself. When is this happening in Naruto? Like at what level is this happening? This attack is turning Orochimaru into a bloody mist. Now the next big jump in power is Skypiea, I would say, with Enel. Luffy is a perfect counter, I know. But why the fuck do power scalers talk about Enel like he's a bum? We all agree we're above 7 Gates guy level now, right? Island level Hiradora, shark bombs from Kisame. Enel fries these dudes. Enel is far more powerful and destructive, just blatantly so. To take down Enel, it took several hundred tons of gold, wound up like a whip from hell. But Enel is an outlier. The scale does come down to earth a bit after him, with Moria in Thriller Bark. Except Moria is still stronger than 7 Gates Guy. He's comparable to Tail Beast, he's splitting islands with a punch. Lock in! Kuma genuinely washes so many Naruto characters. Rob Lucci genuinely washes so many Naruto characters, and I'm talking pre-time skip Robert. Kizaru genuinely washes so many Naruto characters, light speed, kicking through buildings. Naruto was dodging casual Kizaru attacks like his life depended on it. Kizaru level attacks destroyed his staff that was made of truth-seeking orbs. And yes, this is Senjutsu which can interact with the TSO because it uses nature energy, meaning this attack is far closer to natural light than a purely chakra-based jutsu, meaning far closer to Kizaru's body. TSOs can also be stopped by normal ice. Now think about this for a second. Everything we just went over, I didn't mention haki once. We are deep into Shippuden feats and we're not even using it yet. Sage Mode strength feats in Alabasta. In Skypiea, the Marineford big dogs are genuinely cooking anyone in Naruto until you get to top tier fighters. Whitebeard, Akainu, Mihawk, Marco. The fact that you guys have been convinced that these are Jonin level fighters is absurd. They are washing 90% of the Naruto cast. And I mean, look at a character like Garp. There's actually nobody in Naruto that can physically punch a ship into the air with no chakra like he does with zero haki. I actually don't think there's anyone who can train with battleship bags. This is just pure muscle, no haki. I actually can't believe people actually think that these two stories are on a similar playing field in terms of physical stats. And this is young Garp. Prime Garp trains by punching mountains. That's canon. And so yes, when the Cypher Pole agents say that they have superhuman strength and bodies, this is not a statement made in a vacuum. And it doesn't change because you think that they're bums. A Luffy who can shatter bedrock with his punches was struggling with the same guy you guys are fraud checking here. Nami moves faster than lightning in Skypiea. In Naruto, this feat is so impressive, Kakashi changed the name of his Chidori to Lightning Blade. He got a copyright for a Nami speed feat. Casual strength feats in the One Piece world are extremely impressive in the Naruto world. Forget Skywalk, let's look at Tempest Kick. Ask yourself, who is the weakest character in Naruto that can physically kick the air so hard that it moves like a blade? The answer is Might Guy. This is what I think is not clicking in this conversation. Like, that is where a One Piece mid-tier matches up in physical feats to Naruto characters. So let's ignore the Rokushiki. We've never had to ignore a Naruto technique before. But okay, let's ignore the One Piece one. Sure, Sanji kicks a giant crocodile in Alabasta. Still no hockey, by the way. What Naruto character can do this? Guy? Tsunade? Lowest end, I would say Choji. A guy who can box with the Geto statue. Compare the Buggy Ball in the East Blue to the Rasengan in OG Naruto or the Chidori. The same Chidori that breaks Gaara's sand shield and makes him bleed. One Buggy Ball unironically turns Gaara into ash. And Buggy tanks that same destructive force to the face. Like, I get that these are the weakest versions of these characters, but there are people who unironically think that OG Naruto scales way higher than One Piece. Please realize Buggy is cooking them and he is a figurative and literal clown. I need people to stop downplaying the physical feats of One Piece characters. And I understand that what I'm trying to do in this video is basically deprogramming years of misinformation, but I gotta try. But if you have read both stories, it should be very clear that they are extremely competitive. Now let me really address the Naruto side of this because I fucking love this show, and just because I disagree with a power scale of it does not mean I am insulting Naruto and its writing. Naruto characters are strong as fuck. I get pushback on it, but I do think that characters in Boruto have reached planetary outputs of power. Okay, I'm gonna do one Boruto spoiler to make a point. Ishiki, in my opinion, should be strong enough to skywalk. Just because he chooses not to, does not mean he can't. This is the same exact point for Shanks. The bias to not connect these two concepts is baffling. One Piece mid-tiers are genuinely folding Naruto mid-tiers. Naruto top tiers and One Piece top tiers are extremely close. Really, the matchup becomes the most important thing at this level. Saying either side solos the other is crazy. The Rasen Shuriken most likely can cut Kaido. Thinking he gets one shot is delusional. Kaido's Boro breath melted a mountain and he was hammered. Just objectively, look at this attack and think of what other attacks in Naruto can even do something like this. Luffy blocked it with one hand. Even Yamato is able to match it with ice. Akainu has Amaterasu, he can create eternal flames. Mihawk at Marineford, this is a high tier Naruto feat. Garb's Galaxy Impact, this is a high tier Naruto feat. Even the weakest Sovereignty is a high tier Naruto feat. Zoro cutting Pika, this is a high tier Naruto feat. Fujitora calling down meteors, that is a high tier Naruto feat. Observation Haki range is space, by the way. Ace creating an attack that is comparable to a star. That's a bit high for a Naruto feat. And the last point I'll make, my friends, is that Kaguya has one moment in the story that ever suggests she can destroy a universe. It is a Zetsu statement about her hack's massive truth-seeking orb. I'm not going to litigate that. All I'm going to say is if you believe this statement at the surface level, and you're gonna bank on data books in the way that y'all do, you also need to believe this one where Ace created a star, this one where Blackbeard is compared to a celestial black hole, and this one where Whitebeard is stated to be able to destroy the world. You cannot pick and choose when those statements matter, or only believe the Naruto ones.